Naira redesign. APC governors pressuring Buhari Malami for out-of-court settlement. Timi Alleges. Can you imagine? So all these APC governors that took Buhari and CBN to court to protest the Naira redesign impact and want the federal government to stick to Supreme Court order. Now they're putting pressure on this on Buhari, okay, and Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation, so that they can settle this case out of court. So why did they go to the court in the first place? Why did they go to court? Because they've seen that Buhari is determined to see to the end of the implementation of this Naira redesign policy. Okay, and the election is just around the corner, and all their effort to thwart the redesign policy so that they can spend their old Naira, especially around vote buying, is not working for them. And so now they use force, and the force is not working. They are now trying to resort to peace, making peace with government. That is what I think they are doing. What about Rufai, that is already becoming a one-man gang, okay, at Kaduna, putting laws and antagonizing the president, saying that they can't do him anything now just because he has immunity. So they're tired of the fight. That's what I see. So let's see what they have to say more on this their statement that Timi is making here. Governors on the platform of All Progressive Congress, APC, are currently mounting intense pressure on President Muhammadu Buhari and the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, to settle the cases over Naira design policy out of the Supreme Court. Want to settle this case out of the Supreme Court. Former Deputy National Publicity Secretary of the All Progressive Congress, Comrade Timi gave this indication in a statement in Abuja. Frank revealed that the AGF has allegedly acceded to the request of the APC and its governors to settle the case out of court. He said the meeting between the leadership of the APC and its governors with Malami was aimed at pressurizing the president and Malami to agree for the out-of-court settlement request. He said the governors and the leadership of the APC have succeeded in blackmailing both the president and Malami to consider the reintroduction of the 1,500 Naira notes before the presidential and national assembly elections on Saturday. He insisted that the governors and the leadership of the APC are not working to protect the interests of Nigerians, but to be able to deploy their looted fund to compromise the elections through massive vote buying. That is true. He urged Buhari to be mindful of this promise to bequeath free, fair, and credible elections to Nigerians as his parting legacy, saying any attempt to yield to the antics of the governors and APC's national leadership would defeat that noble goal. Man, that's a very good warning to Buhari. Yes. He further urged Malami to be resolute and to stand by the people, okay, by not succumbing to the overwhelming pressure of the governors now calling for out-of-court settlement. Malami and Buhari need to be very, very careful with these governors, actually, okay, because I know their intent is that massive vote buying. They've stacked up huge amount of cash and they want to use it to induce electorate during the election. But with what federal government, Malami and CBN governor is doing, they are not going to succeed with that. They've made trouble, fermented trouble, but it's not working. These guys are adamant on implementing the Naira redesign policy. Now they resort to peacemaking. Now they want to blackmail them, or they want to use, we call it cheap blackmail, to convince them why they need to allow the 1,500 Naira notes to exist throughout the election period. Because I'm sure all the money they stashed are in 1,000 Naira notes, not even 500, most likely. That is what they stashed huge amount of cash, distributed across the country, across all the 36 states and FCT for vote buying. But it's failing, really, really failing. Buhari must not yield to this cheap blackmail. Let's see what Timi Frank is saying more. He said the APC and its governors have become increasingly desperate to reverse the Naira redesign policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria in order to fraudulently swing the results of the presidential election in favor of their unpopular candidate who cannot win even the elections are free, fair and credible, and devoid of monetary inducement of voters. Can you imagine? So APC's intention actually, that is what Timi Frank is saying here, that APC governors are desperate to reverse the Naira design policy because they want to fraudulently swing the election in favor of their candidate who cannot and will not win election under free and fair and credible atmosphere. He called on Nigerians to know that if Malami and the governors withdraw their suit at the Supreme Court tomorrow, which is Wednesday, today now, which is Wednesday, to settle out of court, then they should not expect the elections to be credible, free, and fair. He said Buhari must keep to his words by not bowing to the unholy pressure of APC governors to settle out of court and to have 1,500 Naira notes reintroduced. APC governors don't have the interest of Nigerians at heart. We have seen how they have serially blackmailed the president to do their bidding in recent past. Now they are trying to blackmail the AGF to withdraw his suit and challenging their own suit for an out-of-court settlement during the sitting of Apex Court today, which is Wednesday. So according to Frank, who is the United Liberation Movement for West Papua, ambassador to East Africa and Middle East, part of the tactics of the governors have been to consistently drum into the ears of Nigerians that Buhari has so far failed in administering Nigeria. He said they have also told Buhari and the AGF that the Naira redesign policy and attendance scarcity of new notes would lead to defeat of the APC during the general election. Of course, how will it lead to a defeat of the APC? Because they know that APC, under free and fair electoral condition, will not win election. Will not win a single election. So it's good that Timi Frank is saying all of this, and that will be very, very good if Buhari and Malami can listen to him and allow this condition to prevail throughout the election period. Let people vote first. After the election, we can consider some other things because obviously the APC governors want to induce people during election. Okay, so now they're pressuring Attorney General Federation to withdraw his suit from court, challenging them. Okay, so they're begging now to settle out of court so that they can, and then letting them know too that the Naira design is going to make APC lose election because it's their party. So party interest first. But that is not the issue. The issue is how would we have a credible election, free and fair election. That is the interest of Nigerians. And that is what Buhari has promised Nigerians as his parting gift as he will be leaving office by May 29. Okay, the only legacy he can leave behind is if he's able to conduct free, fair and credible election. Every other thing about this government has failed. Every other thing about the APC has failed, and they are now kicking on their last breath. That is the truth. They are kicking with their last breath. So APC knows that without vote buying, they can't go anywhere. Look at what is his name? Dapo Abiodun is doing in Ogun State. Okay, trying to induce people using old Naira notes. And the people are complaining. A video came out, and they're promising them that they shouldn't worry, they can keep it. After the election on Saturday, they will help them change it. The same thing that El-Rufai is saying in Kaduna State. It's not going to work. So let these governors stop pressuring Buhari and Malami to start of court because it's not going to work. Nigerians have learned to stay with this condition until after election, and so be it. Because that is the only way we can have free, fair, and credible election. So thank you, Frank, for bringing this up. I just hope that Malami and Buhari will listen to you and then hold the situation the way it is until after election. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.